Taiwanese defense minister says that they are in full combat readiness to defend themselves from any Chinese military aggression, confirms that China has deployed ships and aircraft to try and surround the island. This is breaking developments, breaking news coming in at the top of 12, where Taiwanese defense minister have said that they're in full combat readiness to defend themselves from any Chinese aggression, confirms that China has deployed ships and aircraft to try to surround the island. We have our managing editor Rishabh Gulati on the phone now. Rishabh, significant developments coming in. The Taiwanese defense minister has said that they are in full combat readiness to defend themselves from Chinese aggression. More from you on the same. Over to you.
And Adiraj, this is where things have come to pass, and this is a clear example that now the Chinese have bitten off more than they can possibly chew, and they are going to have to look for a face saver to back down. If any reading of the past 100 years of history points out that any power that tries to be an aggressor on its own, when the world unites against it, there is only one result. Now, Taiwan's defense minister now, Yen Tei-fa, now he has committed that for us, the country of Taiwan is now combat ready to take on Chinese military provocations. He's also confirmed that over the past few days and weeks, there have been repeated attempts by the Chinese to use their ships and aircraft to try and encircle the island. He's also pointed out that while they are facing challenges, the military is going to take control of the situation across the Taiwan Straits, I quote, and ensure the security and stability of this country, unquote. Remember, at this point of time, the Taiwanese are planning the 36th annual Han Kuang military exercise. It's a live fire drill that's going to start on the 13th of July, and they will be simulating attacks perpetrated by the PLA. The simple logic is that they are now going to have a massive military exercise that's going to go on for 5 to 6 days, in which they will be simulating countering a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. This is a very straight, clear, blunt message that has been put out by the Taiwanese that we are now ready to take on China for any attempt that China makes to cross onto our soil. The important next step, of course, is going to be that the Taiwanese are not speaking in isolation, that now there is a coordinated response between the Americans, the Japanese, the Australians, the Taiwanese, and us here in India. China has tried to open up several fronts together. They have made a massive miscalculation about the resolve of the world. They thought they could split us up and pick us off one by one. They have been absolutely mistaken now. You heard the resolve that has come from the very highest levels in India yesterday. Now you're hearing the resolve that's coming from the very highest levels in Taiwan. You heard the same resolve coming from the Americans, the same from the Aussies, the same from the Japanese, and there are going to be other countries in the Indian Ocean region that are now expected to follow suit. You can look towards the Indonesians, even Philippines under Duterte. The Vietnamese, after a point of time, will have to distance themselves from China. So now you're looking at China facing at least 7 fronts, surrounded from all ends, and three U.S. aircraft carrier groups are basically on the sea line with China. They're deployed in the South China Sea. So at this point of time, Adiraj, what is patently obvious that the Taiwanese are now ready, and what must happen here in India is that we as a country, as a people, and as a sovereign government now take a strong position in favor of the Taiwanese, and the simplest thing we can do and the straightforward thing we can do is that we must now upgrade our relationship with Taiwan at least to a consular level, and now be seriously examining, if not just doing it, recognizing Taiwan as an independent country. This one China policy that we have adopted has only emboldened China. They've completely occupied and squashed Tibet. They want to do the same in Taiwan. They're doing the same currently in Hong Kong and Xinjiang, which is East Turkestan. And it's time we take a strong position. And it's very important for all Indians watching this broadcast and hearing this online to understand that the Chinese are not just taking on India, they are trying to take on the entire world. And once they take on the entire world, the world has to work together. We have to have a very clear policy on Taiwan now.
Of course, many thanks, Rishabh, for being with us on that. We've also got Madhav Nalapat, editorial director of the Sunday Guardian, and Major General retired Gigi Dwivedi, who's a defense expert. Coming to you, Madhav sir, my first question to you would be that the Taiwanese defense minister are saying that they are in full combat readiness to defend themselves from any Chinese military aggression. What are your thoughts on the same? And also, there are reports coming in that China has deployed ships and aircrafts to surround the Taiwanese island. Over to you, sir.
Well, I'd like to say that President Tsai of Taiwan is very friendly towards India. She, in fact, came to India on a visit, and she has a strong affinity with the world's largest democracy. She started a Look East policy, and several Taiwanese businesses are now looking to India as the future. As you know, Taiwan was one of the leading locations which ensured the growth of Chinese economy. And now the Taiwanese are looking at relocating elsewhere, and India is increasingly looking like a preferred destination. I would like to say the Taiwanese have a very strong capacity in the military, including very strong cyber offensive and cyber defensive capacity. And very importantly, neither America nor Japan is ever going to stand idly by if Taiwan is threatened. And in my view, the entire Quad will stand with Taiwan if Taiwan is threatened. So that is a reality. And I quite agree with you. It is time India looks much more closely at Taiwan. The Taiwan policy of India has always been marked by a terrible fear of what the reaction in Beijing is going to be. I think Prime Minister Modi yesterday showed that he is a fearless leader and he is doing only what he believes is in India's interest. That being the case, I think there will certainly be a lot of cooperation in the future between India and Taiwan.
Of course, now, and coming towards you, General Dwivedi, right now, when we speak about the relationship between Taiwan and India, it is considered to be at a moderate good level. But now, amidst this development that's coming in, that the Chinese have deployed ships and aircrafts to try and surround the island, what does it say about the Chinese aggression? Over to you, sir.
Well, Diraj, I'd like to give you a little historic perspective. As far as China is concerned, Taiwan remains an unfinished agenda of the People's Republic of China's unification. So therefore, they have repeatedly reiterated, both verbally as also in writing, in their white paper, National Defense White Paper of 2019 and 2015, that unification of Taiwan through force remains an option. Right now, since April, they have been conducting drills in the North China Sea, Pohai, which are basically simulating attack or aggression on Taiwan. So therefore, intimidation of Taiwan and bringing pressure has been part of Chinese policy. But Taiwan, as the defense minister just stated, and also President Tsai, who is in for the independence of Taiwan, has taken adequate precautions and also adequate defensive measures over the years to ensure that they are capable of defending their own country. With support of America, America has a special Taiwan Relation Act, which have been upgraded lately as Taiwan Allies International Protection Enhancement Initiative. So therefore, point I'm trying to make is that Taiwan firstly is quite capable of defending itself against Chinese, along with the support, of course, of America. Now, where does India stand? India's relations with Taiwan, of course, are, I would say, more on track too, because they don't have a full-fledged embassy in India. Neither we have a similar embassy in Taiwan. They are consular cultural offices. But over the years, our relationship with Taiwan has actually scaled up. Now, this is the time, because Taiwan is a very important country for us, especially when the supply chain is going to be relocated from Chinese and a lot of companies are going to pull out. We can actually scale up our relation with Taiwan, especially in the trade and economic arena, and also especially in the electronic arena. That is point number one. Secondly, today, as China has decided to take on the world, so world also has decided to take on China, and India is leading the charge in this outcry or in this phenomena, because we have yesterday Prime Minister Modi has given very clear statement to Chinese that should they not go back, then India has other options on the table, and he has taken the full charge of the defense forces, and he has spent good deal of time in Leh Ladakh to give this message not only to Chinese, to the global polity that India will stand. Now, there is a consensus building up against China, and these forces of new world order are coming together, wherein, America, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, ASEAN countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, they're all actually aligning to take on China in South China Sea, East China Sea, and India is also taken up very strong position in South Asia, and we are willing to play a greater role in Indo-Pacific. So I'll summarize in very 2-3 pointed statements. Time has come to take on Chinese. India must be in the forefront and adopt a leadership role. We need to scale up our relation with Taiwan, because Taiwan is a very important country, I would say, and we must ensure that we optimize on this. And third, very important is, world must stand with Taiwan, both as in the, I would say, political, and also when it comes to military support. Taiwan must be supported, because Taiwan is one country or one nation that actually is on the forefront to take the onslaught of China and Taiwan state and in the Taiwan Sea.
Of course, stay with us, sir. We've also got Joyita Basu with us on the same. Joyita, coming to you now, there are significant developments coming in with the Chinese aggression. They've deployed ships and aircrafts and surrounded the island, to which the Taiwanese defense minister has said that they are in full combat readiness to defend themselves. What's your thoughts on the same coming in, ma'am?
Well, China has been spoiling for a fight. The way it is going, in the South China Sea, across the Taiwan Strait, in the Himalayas, everywhere China is spoiling for a fight. I mean, this is like, it's trying to make an example out of whichever country. Basically it is trying to, quote unquote, correct the course of history the way they think that they have been wronged, and so the course of history must be corrected. So Taiwan must be unified with China. I mean, Arunachal will be taken away, Ladakh, the main part, that part should be taken away. Everything belongs to China, and for that, kind of refer to what we call spurious history. So all sorts of things they pick up, they make up stuff, and they kind of go around, pushing their own agenda. But yes, having said that, Taiwan is not a pushover. Taiwan, and not only is Taiwan is not a pushover, Taiwan has solid backing from the U.S. So China, if it decides to get involved in some kind of a war with Taiwan to try and take it, then it is going to escalate to a very major level. Several fronts will be opened up. Several fronts in South China Sea, in the east, that Japan, the sea between China and Japan, the Ladakh front, the Himalayan front, Indian border. Several fronts will open up for China, and because you see what is going to happen, it's going to be a coalition of democracies, and also maybe also powers like Vietnam and all will also be coming in, because China is proving to be a nuisance, proving to be a headache for everybody in the region, and China is basically trying to compete with the USA. It is treating India, Taiwan, everybody as US proxies. So through us, the China, by attacking us, by intimidating us, they are trying to send a message to US. But it is China which is going to be humiliated very badly, because, and it is not chances are, if China does something foolish as trying to conquer, Taiwan, they think just because they are getting away with what they have done in Hong Kong, Taiwan is going to be a different ball game because everybody will unite against them and China will be humiliated on several fronts.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.